I'm here with our family food expert, Alice Seifert, and she is going to talk to us about two of my favorite topics, coffee and chocolate, and then also meals. So you've got an idea for how to incorporate those things into a roast?
Yes.
Okay.
So today we're going to make a coffee pot roast. I actually didn't even start drinking coffee until I had my first child.
I think that happens to a lot of people.
It's essential, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're out shopping for a pot roast, we're using a beef pot roast today. So you want to look for the chuck roast. That's what we're going to get.
That's a really valid point, because I always, when I was young, and newly married, I would go look for a pot roast, and they don't say pot roast. It says something different. So it's a chuck roast that we're going for.
A chuck roast. And don't be afraid when you go to the grocery store to actually talk to your butcher. Ask them about the different cuts, what they're good for. They'll be super helpful to walk you through. So we're using the chuck roast, and I like to use between a 3 and 4 pound roast, because that's a perfect size if you're going to use a crock pot and when we're searing the meat.
And that should feed, like, I mean, I actually have a family of 6, so big, and big kids, so they eat a lot. But I mean, they say like a half pound a person, right? So that actually is a dinner for 8.
Yes.
Or great leftovers, which we'll talk
That's
about
what's
later.
the most important thing, right? When you make a roast, everyone wants leftovers.
Yes.
Okay, so when we're prepping the roast, I put it in a jelly pan so that you can keep all the rubs together. We're gonna start adding coffee grounds. So we have 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds. Okay. So that's straight from the container. I just ground the beans up. So it hasn't been even made into coffee yet. Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. I don't know why I'm mixing it up, because we're going to mix it up later. But
brown sugar.
Okay. How much brown sugar is in here?
So I use 1/4 cup. Okay. Now we're going to add our chocolate ingredient.
So is this cocoa powder like I would use for my chocolate crinkles that I make?
So this is ground chocolate.
Not cocoa powder.
Right. So it's really important to know that, because the ground chocolate, it's going to be sweetened with sugar. When you go in the baking aisle of your grocery store, you're going to see them sitting right next to each other. And it's going to give it a totally different flavor. It's not going to not give it as nice of a sweet flavor.
So I notice you're patting the meat. What's happening now?
So this is important. So we're letting our meat sit out a little bit after you take it out of the fridge. And then we're patting it with a paper towel, because that will take out some of the moisture, and that's important for when we're searing the meat. So we want to get a nice crispy exterior to it.
Okay, and then you're mixing up
So we'll just take the rub.
Okay, oh my gosh. This looks amazing.
Get it all mixed up, and then we'll just start putting it over.
So this keeps it all contained and allows you to reuse all of the rub.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So we've got it all rubbed in.
Okay.
And then for this roast, we're going to use potatoes and carrots. And I'll give you those, and you can just put those right into the crock pot.
Now these carrots look amazing. I think we always go towards the baby carrots, which like we put in our kids' lunches, but I have noticed a difference in when I buy these. There's a difference in the flavor, but you haven't even peeled these.
Right. You know why?
Why?
I don't have time for that. So we are just going to take the bottoms off the carrots. So I just trimmed off the bottoms. Yep, but I didn't peel the carrots at all. You really do not need to peel a carrot. Everything is just fine, just right in there. So we've tucked the potatoes in, we have the carrots, we've got the roast rubbed with the coffee and the chocolate. So now we're going to take it over to the stove and brown it.
Perfect. Alice, you're making my life easier every single moment we talk. All right.
Okay.
Ooh.
Smell it.
Smells amazing.
Coffee and chocolate, so we're going to put it in the pan to brown.
And how much oil did you use in here?
I used 1/4 cup of vegetable oil.
Just vegetable oil. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we're searing our roast, and it smells amazing, by the way. What I'm noticing here is, like, these sides are kind of hard to get at. Do you sear all the sides?
I really do. I will, you know, when you're flipping it, you can walk away a little bit, and we do have a little bit of sugar in the roast, so we want to make sure we're kind of keeping an eye on it, making sure it's not burning. I like to brown the meat at a higher heat, but yes, like as far as like these other like side areas and things underneath, you can just like once you do the flipping of the front and the back, then yeah, I sear a little bit on these other pieces that are on the exterior. So we have this roast going for between like 2 and 4 minutes is usually what I do. Yep, exactly. And then again, we have a roast that's under 4 pounds because we don't want to crowd the pan here. So you see how there's like some space, because if we came home with a beef roast that just completely filled that pan, the heat is just going to steam it, and it's not going to give it a nice sear. So we're going to flip this over.
Okay. And plus, it wouldn't fit in my crock pot if it was much bigger than that with all of the vegetables that I'm going to put in there. Ooh, that looks amazing. All right, our meat looks very well seared. It smells amazing, looks amazing. Now what?
It looks so good. It looks like chocolate sauce on the top. So we're gonna, now that we've browned it, we're gonna take it over to the crock pot.
Okay, let's put it in. I'm gonna let you do that. Oh. Can I put it in there?
Yes.
We are not messing around here with this. This is a big, oh, yes. Looks great. So we've got our carrots and our potatoes in here. And what comes next?
Now that we have our pot roast in there, we're gonna pour a cup of coffee in there.
So this is just coffee?
Coffee, I made it this morning. Perfect. Drank half the pot, saved some for the roast.
Awesome. Pour it over the top. And cover it up?
Cover it up.
How long do I cook this for?
We're gonna cook the roast on low for 8 hours. And then when the roast comes out of the oven, I always like to, when I make pot roast, do a little bit of salt on the top before serving too.
It looks amazing, smells amazing. It's gonna be delicious. But I wanna talk about something because we're actually making this pot roast and it's not winter right now. We're making it in the spring. And I think a lot of times people think about roasts and things for just winter, but I like to make them all year round.
Yes. I think in general, using your crock pot is thought of something that you do in the winter time, but it's really a great appliance to use year round, especially in the summer, especially when you're talking about July and August when the weather is hitting 100 degrees and you don't want to heat your house up. So you can do a roast in the summer and it's super easy and doesn't heat up the house.
And pull it out, put it on sandwiches, all of that. So it's like, it's really a great meal any time of the year.
Yes, exactly.
And we've put a lot of fresh vegetables in here, which are prevalent. I mean, in the warmer months, you can get really amazing fresh vegetables. So I think that's a great idea. Okay, so can I try this?
Yes, please try it.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if it tastes like coffee and chocolate. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's really good. All right, but let's talk about this. We've discussed how we can use our crock pot during the warmer months to make great meals, pulled sandwiches, meals, but leftovers.
Yes.
What kind of leftovers can we make with this?
The greatest thing about pot roast is leftovers. So I like to put my pot roast on pizza.
That is genius. It's actually such a great alternative to like pepperoni or sausage, and it's right there.
Yeah, exactly. So this pot roast obviously has a nice smoky flavor. So for the sauce base of the pizza, I used an Alfredo sauce. For the cheese, I'm using a shredded mozzarella, and then I also used a smoked Gouda, which again will bring out the smokiness of the meat. And I always love when I have a pot roast sandwich to have pickled onions, and so I put some pickled onions on there. I would probably actually top it off with some horseradish sauce too.
Horseradish?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is an amazing pizza. This looks delicious. Can I try a bite of this?
Yes.
All right. That is really good. Alice, thank you so much for coming here. These are amazing recipes. Easy, I mean, very accessible. That's what I love about the things you do.
Yep.
So to learn more about the recipes we made today, you can go to diningwithalice.com or visit our website, The Happy House.
You don't have to stick with beef or chicken broth when you're roasting meats in your crock pot. You can use other liquids like juice, coffee, even beer.